All right, here we go. Boom.
There used to be a time where I didn't think much of China's video game industry because I'm an American and I don't have to think. I was under the impression that all they wanted to do was create the same endless supply of gacha games fueled by microtransactions, loot boxes, and that they just wanted to make the exact same kind of game with a different coat of paint. But the last year or so has shown me quite the opposite. In fact, Western game developers might even be in shambles now.
They're actually taking over the market in some regards. Genshin makes a lot of money. Like, people are scared.
Looking at what China has been cooking up. First, Black Myth Wukong came out. That game hit some insane numbers on Steam.
And people still managed to be racist without saying that they're racist and saying that it was under the guise of like, actually, Black Myth Wukong is really bad. It's like, okay, man.
You know, fun fact, fun monkey fact, it is still the second most played game on Steam in terms of concurrent players.
Wait, it is? That's kind of crazy. I thought it fell off, obviously, because it's not a new game anymore.
But Black Myth Wukong not only resonated with Chinese audiences, but American audiences too. We got to see this side of Chinese culture that we don't often see represented in media, movies, TV shows, or video games. It was a solid Souls-like experience. Could have been a fluke though, could have been a fluke. That is until NetEase also came out with Marvel Rivals. That was like an underappreciated gem. I don't think many people know about Marvel Rivals.
This guy's trolling, what?
It kind of flew under the radar. It's kind of crazy to see a Chinese developer take an American IP and beat another American developer at their own game. NetEase made a better Overwatch than the sequel to Overwatch. You see, Marvel Rivals had this...
Blizzard shit the bed and someone else took the step in. I'm hoping that someone does this to WoW, please. I know MMOs are like dead and like whatever, but like please someone take the market.
Crazy revolutionary idea of letting everybody play all of the heroes for free.
You got
something Star Wars Battlefront 2 couldn't quite figure out. Something that Blizzard and Overwatch 2 couldn't quite figure out. Marvel Rivals proved that yes, free-to-play live service games can succeed, and this is what they should be. So my eyes are open now. I'm paying much more attention to video games China is putting out than I ever have before. Which brings us to the latest entry, in a game called Blood Message.
We saw this, I was impressed, but I still want to see the gameplay.
Get this, it's a AAA single-player game. AAA? Single player? I haven't heard those words in a long time.
Not live service? No way. What?
But this is NetEase's premiere trailer for a new game that appears to be a sort of God of War.
Chat, hold your like, oh, but there's no gameplay.
Yes.
Assassin's Creed Shadows gameplay trailer
is that the Hackman SmugAlana's here?
Yo, what up, Carlstein Dingus? Thank you for the 4 months. Yes, this is the Heckman.
Assassin's Creed action-adventure type game. And I hesitate to compare it to those two because when I watched the trailer, it felt so different from any other game I'd seen before. You know, we've seen plenty of games set in like medieval Japan, playing as a samurai. Your eyes kind of can clue into that. But this
scene with this guy is fucking sick. He's like holding the sword to his throat. It's like
medieval China, and it carried a very distinct visual style that like had me scratching my head. I didn't know what to compare it to, and I feel like sometimes that's all I do, because I'm like comparing this year's Call of Duty to last year's Call of Duty and the 1400 Call of Duties before that, you know? Blood Message is a single-player game set during the Tang Dynasty. Now, had this dynasty...
Not the Ming Dynasty. The Ming Dynasty is boring. The Tang Dynasty's kind of popping off, right, chat?
Been in Age of Empires 2, I could tell you all about it, but it wasn't, so I know nothing. And I was lucky enough that they actually reached out to me and wanted to sponsor me to watch the trailer and react to it. So I did that on stream a few days ago. Now, before we watch it together, just remember, this is just a trailer. Things are subject to change. The game may not actually look like this at release. Let's hope it does. But keep your expectations in check. And I'd say...
He's being honest, okay? Sponsor side, like, I have sponsors, but I am always honest about stuff, man. At least I hope that he would be too.
Keep an eye on this one.
Can't wait
Blood
for
Message official reveal trailer.
Yeah.
2 million views. 7,900 comments. All right, let's give it a gander. Oh, here we go. $2 million views in a day. Not bad.
It's a scorpion. Hates scorpions.
大唐还在的时候，丝路上的灯火从西域一直亮到长安。
Silk Road mention?
能点亮天上的星。
I don't know, man. I really like this premise.
大唐离我们太远了，神佛还会被我和西
Okay. Young guy, rugged man, young man.
我还是想再试一次。
Where's the set? If it's in a desert.
This guy doesn't know that China has deserts. Act, man, you gotta get your geography up. China's huge. There's deserts. Yeah, you big ding dong. Even I know that.
是为了把大唐带回来。
Whale.
24 Entertainment. I'm not familiar with
It's
them.
very fascinating.
把您带出来。
Ooh, okay.
Assassin's Creed Shadow type of like walking through the town. If he doesn't pet a Shiba, I'm uninstalling. This is a joke, by the way.
There's no way the game is actually gonna look like that.
I don't know. Wukong looked really good.
阿宁，
China has a desert act, man. Even his own chat's like, bro, you're...
等着我。
Chinese Shiba.
阿宁，
No!
阿宁。
Yes.
阿爷，
If it actually looks like that, that's gonna be...
去长安。
That'll be the major test.
I am such a sucker for like younger, older male protagonists, like being a fucking rough guy.
Okay.
He on the hunt for Chinese.
Alright, that was pretty
Alana.
fucking sick.
Well, I'm all red. I'm Chinese colors. Young Chad with a beard. He looks like he's like 35. He's old.
Yo,
Yeah.
but if it does look this good,
Baldur!
it's over.
回家吧，这一切毫无意义。
I like Chinese dramas.
天命所归。
They really, I know I'm pausing a lot, but like, hear me out. China respects their culture so much, and I wish other like Western countries did the same thing for like their cultures. I'm like, they really love it. Like they have Chinese dramas, they have movies, like they have like an entire industry. Like they dress up in their cultural like outfits and like have festivals and shit. I think it's really cool. I respect that a lot.
我才是大唐。
Yeah, we're fighting the Mongolians for the beef. It's cool.
到头来，
Okay.
更多人什么都不会改
The
变。
West is a melting pot.
Ooh,
It's not true. Not all places.
that looks pretty.
Oh,
的帮助，
a woman, and she looks cute and soft.
你走不出这片沙漠。
你好。Simba moment, no!
Llamas? No, camels. I like camels.
This guy, dude. No, woman, help me! Oh my god. Woman DEI? Nah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game
Cool.
that looks quite like this.
I have.
In terms of like the style setting.
I think Wukong is pretty close to this. No, Dad! No! This is so cool. Like, I'm not, like, it's not sponsored, by the way.
Oh, feet!
Feet! Feet! And jewelry! Feet!
Feet!
那就让我来。
Wait, rewind.
Rewind?
For all you sickos out there.
I hope it's good. If it sucks, I'm gonna be really sad.
Ooh. That was a nice shot.
Oh, you stabbed him! I don't give a frick who you stabbed. That was badass.
Anya.
Anya, wait for me! I would play with the Chinese voiceover. I don't mind that at all.
每个人都做好了有去无回的打算。
All right, China's been cooking up some games. They have been cooking.
True. Cinema. Dude, it's me. I'm right there. Look. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 chins. I got 4 chins. Oh, history. Wow. That's cool. Blood vessels come to
Sonic
peace.
World's Racing Kid's Choice. Okay. If
Nice
the
algorithm,
gameplay
ding
actually
dong.
looks like this, graphics, right? If it looks like that,
Even
it's
if it
gonna.
looks like
it
a
looks
little
too
bit.
good to be true, bro. That's
If
what.
it looks even half as good, I would play that. I was sick.
What I thought about like Marvel Rivals when I played it. Black Myth Wukong, Marvel Rivals, and now Blood Message. China's cooking. They're cooking.
I'm telling you, I had a friend that was really into an MMO called Age of Wushu, and that shit was dog shit, but apparently it was really, really fun. And they would get into like race wars in the game because there would be Chinese clans that wouldn't let in Westerners and foreigners into them, and they would yell like racist slurs at them. But then, like, the Westerners that played Age of Wushu, they would, like, fight against them and imprison them and shit. And, like, there was, like, a prison system and you could, like, jailbreak people out of it. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Sounds kind of fun. Which dynasty? The Wu-Tang Clan dynasty.
Cooking with games right now. Okay,
It's
so the
great.
only
I
other
think
things
that's
to think of
fun,
with a
dude.
game like this.
Who
Number one,
cares?
is it gonna be like? Is it gonna feel like you're playing a game or watching a cutscene? You know what I mean?
I don't want it to be a movie game. I hate that shit. I hate Last of Us for that reason. I can't stand it if it's like just a movie. The only time I accept it is if it's the Walking Dead one with like Clementine and the guy, dude. I watched PewDiePie play that, but that's different because it's more of a story game.
Yeah, it needs
I
to
like that
feel
one.
like you're actually playing, as opposed to like, you know, you press a button or two and then, you know, a 5-second animation plays and you don't really have control over it. I thought that looked pretty dang good. It's usually hard to
Yeah,
sell me on a
Lee,
game
that guy.
where it's like it's all a different language that I don't understand. It's hard to sell me on that, but if you really nail the style and the vibe, I feel like I can get down with that. Like, I won't mind. Pretty solid. All right, but it remains to be seen if the game will actually look like that. Black Myth Wukong was like fantastical. Journey to the West, not really realistic, so to speak.
Yeah, it was more
Are there that
fantasy.
many games that are like set in medieval China? No. So here are my thoughts after watching the trailer a second time. Number one, I think it's cool to see a side of Chinese history that we don't often see in media over in the US. Blood Message looks
I think people are scared of it and thinking like, oh, well, if we humanize the Chinese, then people are gonna like stop hating them or something. People are so weird. You can tell, like, if you're high IQ enough, you can tell that shit. I don't give a fuck. Let me just like enjoy something cool. What? Americans can be cool. We got guns and eagles and robots and capitalism and burgers. Like, who doesn't like that shit?
distinctly different from every other like typical Japanese samurai type game. I can't quite put my finger on what is different or why it feels different, but it does. And I think it's cool that games like this are starting to hit mainstream over in the West, because this is, you know what? I'll say it. Cultural diversity is important.
DEI.
And I think diverse businesses help each other compete and make the best products.
Yeah.
We've seen far too many flops and failures, and the AAA game industry in the West is like, oh yeah, let's put another $100 million into this failed idea that's gonna die within 6 months of release, and then oh yeah, let's keep laying off more staff. What's up, Microsoft? That stuff happens far too often in the West, and it's just nice to see a AAA single player focused game that appears to have no catch-22, and they have their shit together. It's safe to say that Western game development dominance supremacy is at least being challenged. If you've been sleeping on Chinese video games lately, I think it's time to wake up. Now here's some small cool details that I know.
And if you're gonna be weird and racist and say like, oh, I don't like Chinese people, this is why I'm not gonna watch it, shut the fuck up. Get the frick out. At least give it a shot. It might warp your fucking expectations and make you go like, you scratch your little racist chin and be like, maybe this is pretty cool.
When a guy gets punched into the wood here, it breaks. Now, if all of the environments can be damaged this way during combat, that's pretty fucking cool. Judging by the horse and the cluster of guys, I think it's safe to say that there's gonna be battles in big groups, including horses. So the choice of location is interesting. And it also looks like there's gonna be puzzles. Despite that most of this was shown in like a desert, they've showed up.
Please don't be Western Game Journal puzzles that you can solve in like 2 seconds. Or like puzzles that Asmund can figure out.
A wide variety of gameplay, which is nice because variety is the spice of life.
True.
Thank you to 24 Entertainment for sponsoring this video. You can visit the official Blood Message website and follow their social media accounts, which will be linked in the description if you want to stay tuned on future updates and announcements for the game.
Sponsored.
Blood Message looks pretty fucking cool, and I think it's safe to say, given the enormous positive response this trailer has garnered, that people want to see more of this. They want to see more actual, real, no catch-22, single-player driven AAA games. There is a market for that. All right, not everything has to be a shitty live service. You know, those are my first impressions of Blood Message. Take it for what it's worth. Again, it's just a trailer. The game is not out yet. It's not even in beta. We haven't seen real gameplay. But as far as what I saw, I'm keeping my eye on it. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace. Piss? Peace or piss? Chat, peace or piss?